All right, it says we're live. It is August 6th. It's approximately 10:52 a.m. Central Time here in Wisconsin. I'm going to do a quick share screen. And I'm getting on a little bit late here, but I'm going to share what the New York Attorney General is talking about. And then once she's done making a complete fool of herself, I would like to talk and discuss about the way Black Lives Matter spends their money, George Soros spends his money, etc. But the mayor or the New York Attorney General filed a lawsuit to completely dissolve the NRA. Yeah, right. Good luck. So let's listen to what gibberish she's got to say. Oh, crap.
This entire process. And now, my friends, I'm happy to take questions.
Well, crap. As soon as I went live, now she's answering questions. So let's see what she's got to say. And then I'll discuss some more.
Yes, sir.
Shimon Prokopez from CNET. So
yeah.
I can see this already developing from the president and certainly the Republicans who are going to say that you're only going after the NRA because of their support of him and because of their support of the Republicans. How would you respond to that?
By no means. This was an investigation that started in 2019 until this day.
Real quick, everybody, if you could, definitely say a prayer for Brother Mark Rouse and his wife. She's currently in the hospital right now in Kissimmee, Florida. And he is currently at home trying to get some rest. That's a long story.
To dissolve instead of just the removal of these people and try to keep this organization intact. Why is it that this organization now needs to basically go away?
Because the corruption was so broad, and because of the level of waste, and because they have basically destroyed all of the assets of the corporation. It was critically important that one of the causes of actions and one of the remedies that we are seeking is the dissolution of the NRA.
Okay, clearly she says the corruption, basically the spending, etc. Then after this, I'm gonna play a video on Black Lives Matter, their spending, etc. And when it comes to George Soros and other far left, big corporations that are spending so much money to fund the what I call the terrorist group Antifa and BLM, etc. So,
in terms of criminal charges here, why are there no criminal charges, and why have you chosen to go to civil then?
The Office of Attorney General, particularly in regards to the not-for-profit law, is tasked with having jurisdiction over not-for-profits in the civil realm and not the criminal realm. And that's why this is a civil enforcement action.
If the NRA was to, Megan Palin from the US Sun,
How are you?
if the NRA was to be dissolved, what sort of effect or what would that mean for the wider issue?
it's never going to happen.
You've been supportive and outspoken of gun control before.
So this has nothing to do with my personal opinion with regards to gun violence, with the fact that 4 individual defendants and the NRA as a corporation, unfortunately, did not follow not-for-profit law in the state of New York. And as a result of that, they should be held accountable.
Not for profit law that they should be held accountable. Well, Black Lives Matter needs to be held accountable for the same thing. And we'll get into that.
Down. Is this the moment that you've been waiting for?
It's not a question of a moment that I've been waiting for. This is a question, again, of following the facts and applying the law. And when you apply the law and you come to a conclusion, the only conclusion that you can come to is that these 4 individual defendants, as well as the NRA and all of its directors and officers, violated the law. and they did a period of a year. And it went on back for a period of a year. And we came to the conclusion, based upon our thorough investigation, that enough was enough. And we needed to step in and dissolve this corporation, just as we did with the Trump Foundation.
Just
We'll take one
finally,
more question in the room, and then we're going to.
This is nothing but a political attack towards the Trump administration. It's not going to happen. It's just, this is all politics.
sort of leading this. Do you have any concerns?
None whatsoever.
Okay, we're going to go to virtual calls. My colleague Kelly will introduce the callers on the phone.
I understand, DB. I'm going to be getting off with her in a second. What does this mean for everyone else? Doesn't mean nothing. It's never going to happen.
If you wish to ask a question. Our first question today will come from Danny Hakim from the New York Times.
Yeah, hi. Hello, Attorney General.
Hi, Danny.
Do you anticipate seeking or making a criminal referral in this matter? And would you rule out doing so in the future if you're not planning to do so now?
This is an ongoing, first of all, thank you for the question. It's an ongoing investigation. And if we uncover any criminal activity, we will refer it to the Manhattan District Attorney. But at this point in time, we're moving forward again in civil enforcement.
Because they know they don't have anything on them legally. And think of all the taxpayer dollars that this is sucking up for this bogus investigation.
Attorney General James, thanks for your news conference. I have a question about your findings regarding LaPierre's ability to avoid reporting expenses as personal income on his personal income taxes. Have you or will you refer that to the IRS? And do you believe he evaded personal income taxes in a pattern over several years?
So I will not, again, come to a conclusion on whether or not he violated the Internal Revenue Code. We are in the midst of submitting our complaint to the IRS, and we will contact the IRS accordingly.
Thank you. Our next question will come from Stephen Gandel from CBS.
Hi, thanks very much for taking my question. So many people today were speculating that the conference was going to be related to President Donald Trump. Can you give us an update on any investigations you have of President Trump or the Trump Organization? The Manhattan DA has reportedly received documents from Deutsche Bank. You have also subpoenaed Deutsche Bank. Have they complied with your subpoena? And if so, can you give us a sense of what they've given you?
Thank you for that question, which is not the subject of today's press conference, and will not comment on it.
Because you got nothing from the Deutsche Bank trying to say that Deutsche Bank was laundering money through the NRA to help the Trump campaign. You went ahead and subpoenaed them over a year ago, and you got nothing.
Hi, Attorney General. The Trump Foundation lawsuit, which predated you here, it
Definitely a nothing burger there, Bug.
with the NRA that would result in anything less than dissolution of the organization.
Thank you for the question, and it is not my habit to negotiate any resolution in public. We have filed our complaint today. There are 18 causes of action. They include but are not limited to the dissolution of the NRA in its entirety.
Our next question will come from Mark Maramont from the Wall Street Journal.
Sorry, I was muted. Attorney General, thank you so much for the time.
Sure.
I was wondering if since you're seeking to dissolve this organization, is it possible that this could lead to some kind of a tit for tat? In other words, conservative attorney generals in other states might take some kind of an action like this? Or is it possible that the NRA could say, okay, if you want to dissolve us, then we'll just move to Wyoming or Oklahoma, and now we're done with New York. In other words, you no longer would have power over this organization.
I'm not going to speculate as to the future plans of the NRA.
Because it's true, and I hope they do.
Profit laws in the state of New York, and as a result, the Office of Attorney General has supervisory jurisdiction over all not-for-profits, including but not limited to the NRA.
Next question will come from Eric Larson of Bloomberg.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
The allegations that you've laid out here suggest that the NRA donors and members here were really essentially victimized allegedly by these actions. And is it not further victimizing them by forcing their organization to close, an organization that's pretty popular across the whole country? Is that necessarily fair to these victims here?
The issue is the following. A number of donors have contributed to the NRA because they believe in their mission. At this point in time, the NRA right now is financially it's in a deficit, and as a result of 4 individual defendants who have basically looted its assets. And so one would think that the donors would like for an organization to have some governance, some standards, standards of behavior, and that they would recognize their fiduciary duty to a not-for-profit and/or its mission, as opposed to looting looting assets and using it for their own personal benefit and their family.
Okay, I'll even just pause it and stop it right there and then go somewhere. She talks about basically donors, people that donate money to the NRA, and how some of the top officials in the NRA are spending the money of the donors improperly when it comes to basically buses, vacations, a private jet, etc. Well, real quick, let me jump back here and I'll show one of my favorite screen. I was trying to take a nap, you all, because I got a pounding headache. Didn't sleep much, but brother AB had sent me this. Now I got to find it again. When they talk about money not being spent the way it was, this is nothing but a political ploy, a jab at the Trump administration. There's no way on earth they're going to be able to absolve the NRA. They can't file criminal charges. This is, like was said, a nothing burger. This right here are some of BLM's big buses that they have. I don't know if this is going to come in good. This freaking made in China computer camera here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Come on, you piece of garbage. Let's see if this will come in. All right, there we go. All right, Black Lives Matter. Those are some really nice buses. Those buses right there are used to take protesters to different sites. Black Lives Matter, I believe they have jets as well. Right here it says, it's been 7 years since BLM was formed. They have raised over $1 billion. They haven't had one neighborhood cleanup, sent one poor black child to college, bought school supplies, feed the hungry, or donate to food banks, or provide housing to one poor black family. Where is all the money going other than to buy huge charter buses to transport members to riots? Well, I'm going to go ahead and play this video. I got to go through the, bear with me here. Hey, everybody, I'll holler at you here in a minute. Yeah, I got 11 in the house here, probably because of the title. I'm going to go back to history here. This video pretty much lays down what happened. Lays down where a lot of the money that is donated to BLM, where that money goes. Is it improperly spent? You're damn right it is. Big time. It's so nice of this computer to be slowing down so much. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, StreamYard. Just bear with me real quick, and I want to share this video here. All right. Now there's some little bit of foul language in this. Let me see. I'm gonna have to share screen again. F the BLM Antifa bullshit. Ain't nobody worried about those fools. Ain't nobody giving up. No guns. Yeah, exactly. But they're saying that the NRA is misspending the money. This is nothing but a political ploy. Total waste of time for her to even.
Guys, and I appreciate y'all. So do these guys.
I got to pause this real quick. But for her to go and go on live television, announce a national, whatever the heck it was called, and talk about how the NRA has been misspending money, etc., and they're going to file a lawsuit to dissolve the NRA. Wishful thinking. That would never happen. So I'd like for y'all to listen to this. And towards the end, he breaks down. He goes into the Black Lives Matter website. And right here it says BLM gives their donations to white men, Joe Biden, etc. You get a kick out of this.
Guys, this is, but you hit me in the face, why don't you? This is, what's your name? SB. Son of a bitch? I don't know.
Safety when you're not ready to start. Well, son of a bitch, Clyde. I'm sorry.
All right, so the other day, of course, I was doing some research, and I ended up on the Black Lives Matter website. I don't know, I think I saw an ad for them giving out free posters or something, and I figured I'd pick a few up for some target practice. But apparently, they accept donations on their website, and they get a lot of donations. By the way, we have some new shirts and board shorts in, so the next time you see someone kneeling for the flag or all the baseball players kneeling before the game, you can just stand in front of them. So anyways, all these donations made me wonder, where does this money go to? It can't all go to signs, gasoline and matches, and spray paint, can it? I need you to pick up $475,000 of black spray paint. Don't get red. So I did a little research, and my Lord, you are not going to believe this. So let me show y'all. Take y'all into my office really quick. See that, ladies? Come on.
What's your name, delegate?
Yvonne.
Oh, Yvonne?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, hold up. That's a French-ass name, Yvonne. Yeah, my little croissant.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the Black Lives Matter website, okay? There's a big-ass donate button right there. Urgent. Fund the movement. What is so urgent? We'll get to that in a second. You go down, you can donate fucking $1,000, I guess. I mean, I don't got that kind of money. But you scroll down to the contribution rules. At number 2, you can see it says Act Blue Charities is a registered charitable organization formed to democratize. How do you even say that? Democratize. Fuck. Forget it. I'm not going to do it. Clearly right here you see Act Blue Charities. So what I did was I was like, who the fuck is Act Blue? So let's just copy and paste this, go to a new tab, and look up Act Blue on Wikipedia. Act Blue is a nonprofit technology organization established in June of 2004 that enables left-leaning nonprofits, Democrats, and progressive groups to raise money on the internet. What?
What the fuck is that? What is that private pile?
Well, that's pretty confusing because I thought the money was supposed to go to Black Lives. So then I figured it's only fair for me to look up Act Blue's expenditures because they're talking about Democrats and progressive groups. And let's go to 2020 contributions. Contributions to federal candidates, $1 billion, okay? Wow, that's confusing. Okay, let's keep scrolling down. A lot of weird stuff. Salaries is 15 million. Wow, they sure are paying themselves pretty good. Look at that. The top vendors and recipients, Bernie, 2020, Biden for president. 186 million for Bernie, 119 for Biden. Elizabeth Warren, Pete for America, Democrat congressional campaign, Amy for America, friends of Andrew Yang. I don't see any black people on there. And they're giving some of their money to the friends of Andrew Yang. I'm guessing that he's Asian based off of his name. He's got a darker shade skin than, I do, and I'm white, so I guess that counts. Fuck no. No black people are in the top recipients. Let me just stop for a second. For those of you who think that Black Lives Matter is all about black people and the injustices done to black people, take this in for a second. Your organization's top recipients of your donations are 2 white guys. Think about that. Let me explain this to the Black Lives Matter supporters, because I know y'all watch these videos. That's like people who donate money to Planned Parenthood, finding out that Planned Parenthood actually doesn't spend that money on people who want to get abortions and birth control and all that stuff. They actually give a lot of that money to Donald Trump. What? Do you see how that makes no sense? But we'll get to that. We'll get to the reasoning why. Because there is a reason why. All right, hold on. I'm not done yet. Let's go to the Act Blue Civics page. All right, so we're scrolling down. What is Tides Foundation? Let's look them up. Look at it. The first thing that comes up is George Soros. Whoa, look at that. George Soros, 10.25 million, and then another one from George Soros for 12 million. Are y'all getting the point here? Let's talk about who George Soros is for a second, for those of you who don't know about him, and how he's destroyed countries, and clearly the U.S. is the next on his radar. George Soros is linked and a donor to over 30 huge news companies. The New York Times, Washington Post, the Associated Press, NBC, and ABC, to name a few. But there's a few journalists, like ABC's Christiane Amanpour. Amanpour. I don't know. Christiane Amanpour.
I need more lemon pledge.
Okay. They serve on a board that takes Soros' money. So why do you think that the media is so one-sided? Because someone is just shoveling money in their mouths for them to manipulate the truth or to lie by omission, which means that they're not putting in crucial information that makes you get the full story. That someone is George Soros. There is an agenda there. The leaders of all of this don't give a fuck about you. They have one goal in mind. That goal is to make sure that Donald Trump does not get reelected. Clearly, they're doing everything to make sure that he does not win, which is why Black Lives Matter is giving their donations to white guys instead of, I don't know, the victims that all of the protests are about.
Oh, well, the sheer hypocrisy. Stop screen. All right, I wanted to share that with you all. I think the NRA is wrong for ripping people off and lacking in the fighting of gun control that is already in place, like repealing the NFA and Hughes' amendment. I can't even say that, but it's also a political hit. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their views, Decipher, on the NRA, and yeah, you make a valid point, but the point that I'm making as well, as you know, is when it comes to good old BLM and George Soros, etc., all these other so-called non-for-profit where the money's going. This was nothing but a political jab, is nothing, and when she was answering questions, they're going to bring criminal charges. No, we're not able to. And then when they talked about linking the bank and not Belgium, shoot, I can't remember right offhand, saying that a year ago, she filed a subpoena for that bank and the NRA, and saying the NRA and that bank were laundering money and then putting it into the Trump administration, where they found absolutely no evidence of. That's why she refused to answer the question when asked by a reporter. So it's just another freaking ploy. No matter if you like the NRA, if you're an NRA, my brother was an NRA instructor before he passed away. If you're a member of the NRA, there's no way on God's green earth that this New York Attorney General, in this stupid investigation that's wasting nothing but taxpayer dollars, will be able to dissolve the NRA. I'm sorry, they're too strong, they're too powerful, and it's all it is. It's nothing but a ploy, a political jab, and it's disgusting because, like I said, people that donate to BLM that don't know, they think that the money's going to help the African American community. Some people that some African Americans that get a social security check and they live off of $800 a month. They might donate $50 to $100 a month, unknowingly not knowing that they're actually paying for, like Bernie Sanders, all the money they gave to Bernie Sanders, all the money they donated to Joe Biden, etc. It's kind of funny when Black Lives Matter, the corporation or whatever, the nonprofit, is, backing two white men to run for president, which we know Bernie's out now. George Soros Foundation, all his money goes to basically domestic terrorism here in the United States. I mean, all across the world. I mean, George Soros is known to have pretty much crashed small countries' economies just by a simple letter or a mere suggestion. Back in the day, he was so powerful. I'm a believer that George Soros is a puppet for the global elites. Yeah, he's a global elite, but I'm talking about the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, etc. He's their lynchman, so to speak. He is told to go out, who to fund, this and that, all just to take down America. But this, to go after the NRA and say that they're going to dissolve, this is just, it's BS. It's not going to happen. It's just another waste of money, especially during this so-called pandemic we're going through. We have other things to worry about, like how are people going to stay in their homes? Are the Republicans and Democrats, are they going to agree on a stimulus? Is Trump going to make an executive order to stop people from getting evicted that have lost their jobs, etc.? Those are what we need to be focusing on now, not this political back and forth BS and we're going to dissolve the NRA. They know for a fact that it's impossible. They do not have the power. They do not, and it would be a legal battle for years and years and years and years and years, and ungodly amount of money. It's not going to happen. So I don't know. I guess AB jumped off. I was going to see if he wanted to hop on real quick, and I was going to pick his brain and see what he had to say. And then I'm going to jump off here and go lay back down. I wish I could have got this up and going and showed you all from the beginning when she started to speak. Alexandria, America is not going down without a fight. Amen. Amen. That's for sure. The Unknown Woman channel. Yep, you're absolutely correct. It's not going to happen. No way on God's green earth are they going to be able to dissolve the NRA. And like the reporter says, what you know, could they possibly just up and move to a different state or whatever? She didn't have an answer to that. She didn't have answers to anything. She went out tough and thinking she was going to be, put fear in the hearts of Americans and Trump supporters and blah blah blah, and then put all kinds of fight into the. I just sent you a link there, AB. There we go. What's up, brother Jason Arrington? Good to see you, everyone. Locked and loaded. Great to see you. I haven't heard from your brother in quite a while, so I hope he's doing all right. Tell him to hit me up. Much love. Okay, everybody, I'm going to bring AB up. What's shaking, Bacon?
How may I help you? How may I service you?
How may you service me?
Yeah.
You driving the big truck? No, you're
No,
not.
I'm picking up parts.
Picking up parts?
Yep.
You getting
Spending money.
that welded
Stimulate the
on
economy.
today? Yeah, he's stimulating the economy. That's good to hear. Good morning, brother Justin. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you, Sister Josephine. Oh, I still got a pounding headache. And you froze up.
Look, folks, how about now? I'm kind of in a bad area. Hang on. Let's see what happens. Breaker 19. You got to see if the signal gets any better.
All right, I think
That's
AI
part of being
took
live
over.
on the road.
I think AI took over your
Oh,
brain. You
AI.
sound like a robot. You sound like a robot.
Robot. Hang on,
So
let me
what
get
do
some
you?
signal.
Yeah.
Bear-
Well, I'm gonna go back and find that screenshot that you had sent me on, and I'm gonna read. When she was talking in the beginning before she took questions, she talked about the spending of donors' money, people that donate money unknowingly, thinking that the NRA. I don't just the way that NRA spends some of that money, and it's the hypocrisy when it comes to BLM. And I just showed that video. I screen shared it. If you hadn't seen it, if you want to go back, because it's going to be a short live stream. Like I said, I'm going to crawl under the covers. I'm on this new medication, new heart medicine. I got a terrible headache. But once again, this is what BLM spends their money on and a whole lot more. Okay, those are big old charter buses. Now, you think when the little African American woman living on Social Security sends $20 to $50 a month out of her check to BLM, did she know that it was going for this, or did she think it was going to help Black Lives Matter? Did she know that the money was going to go in the pockets of Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders, etc.? It says it's been 7 years since BLM was formed. Do what, Bob?
Or is it going to go to doing terroristic things like they've been doing? Take the money and do some good with help the people. Quit wasting it on BS.
Exactly. That money's going to fund all the protesters and the rioters of BLM. And just like, I'm sure money from BLM is going to Antifa along with George Soros, because George Soros is sending them money as well. George Soros is in that video, just one contribution was $10 million. But it says it's been 7 years since BLM was formed. They have raised over $1 billion. They haven't had one neighborhood cleanup, sent one poor black child to college, bought school supplies fed the hungry, or donate to a food bank, provided housing to one poor black family? Where is the money going other than to buy huge charter buses to transport members to riots? People want to know, where's the money going? You know?
I bet I've donated more chicken since it's been a while since I hauled chicken. I bet I've donated more chicken to White Lives Matters, Black Lives Matter, people that need food than BLM, as large as they are, have given to help the people. It pisses me off.
Yeah, it's BS. They haven't, you know. And I think BLM was founded by two white lesbians, which I don't care what their sexuality is, and they're funded by these white elites, these, you know, multimillionaires and billionaires. And a lot of the African American people don't know that when they're chanting, you know, Black Lives Matter, they don't give two shits about Black Lives Matter. Thank you, Love Pugs. I'll definitely heed your advice on that. Very much so.
Real quick, Justin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good buddy of ours, Mark Rouse, is going through some tremendous stuff. Obviously, folks, say a prayer. He needs it.
Yeah, y'all know Brother Mark Rouse jams out on his guitar. His wife, Amy, right?
Yeah, Amy.
Amy, she's in the hospital in Kissimmee, Florida, which is about an hour and a half away from where Mark lives. He had to drive her there. I would say early this morning.
Yeah,
like probably 2 or 3 o'clock.
I think I spoke to him in the 5 a.m.ish range. I can't remember. It was early. It was still dark.
Well, I saw the video, and then so I figured by the time he left, he probably left at maybe 2 or 3 and got there by 4 or 5, because there's a hospital that's 7 miles away from his house, but due to the insurance the hospital didn't take, he had to drive her. She's suffering from what she does have. She's battling cancer, but she had a fever of 102, vomiting, etc. She's in bad shape, everybody. So, and Brother Mark, he's not feeling well himself. You know, if I'm not going to bring up the cucaracha virus, but if it's true and whatever, just strong prayers for Brother Mark Rouse. And I'm glad you brought that up again, AB. I saw you left that in the comments section. You know, much needed, because I tell you what, that's a couple right there that are madly in love, and they've been together for many, many years. And we just got to pray that in this time that, you know, I know it's all in God's hands, but just pray and pray for the strength, you know, for Brother Mark to have the strength to be at her side, because it's very, very, when you have somebody that you love dearly, there's a possibility it could go north or south. Like with my brother, it's very hard it's exhausting emotionally, mentally, physically, etc. So, but yes, Brother Mark is a very beautiful person indeed. They are soulmates, DB said. Absolutely. Going back, not to change the subject, like I don't care, but going back to the NRA, if you have time afterwards, go back to the original. It's not that long, and listen to what the woman says. It's this, like, once again, this is nothing but, it's a political sham.
It's a 6-ring circus, is what it is. It's a
6-ring circus.
Yeah. Don't take it personally. I just couldn't listen to the woman no more. I mean, it's horse shit.
That's why I paused and got off. Yeah, you know, I listened in the beginning and I was like, I've got to go live. I mean, there's 18 people in the house. I know I'm being throttled because of what's in the title, and I thank everybody for showing up. But you know, just the sheer hypocrisy when they're talking about the way the NRA spends the money, and then you look at, you know, that guy that looked up the BLM website and the money that they've taken in and what they've donated it to. Could you imagine that $184 million they donated to Joe Biden, how much good that money could have done in the Black community, the low income community, the projects, etc., instead of giving it to Sleepy Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders, another million some dollars. That's over $3 million when you do the math.
They want to impress me. Give it to needy people of all colors, all creeds.
Well, there you go.
Out there that need it. That would impress the hell out of me, but I know that's never going to happen.
Of course, it's not going to happen. BLM's been designed to, create more of a racial divide, and it's all the puppets right here are white people. So it just makes no sense. And for people, to strap on that BLM shirt and go out there and chant and, defund the police and all that crap, I don't know. I just wanted to share the story. And by the time I got it uploaded, everything, then she started taking questions. I strongly urge you, even if it makes you sick to your stomach, go back and listen to her first when she started running her gator before she even talked to the press. And if you notice, they were all soft, questions. It was basically like New York Times, CNN, stuff like that. There was no Zero Hedge. There wasn't no, Fox News, which Fox News is teeter-tottering, sliding a little left. But, it was, I don't know. They didn't ask any hardball questions. And the questions they did ask, she couldn't answer because she even knows it's all a scam. Once again, it's a waste of taxpayer dollars. We're going through this pandemic. The money that's going to be wasted on this stupid crap could definitely be used. Everything always comes up right before the election time. And I mean, the deep state, shadow government, the global elites, everything, they are throwing everything they can at the Trump administration.
It's a free for all right now.
I watch some of the videos and I watch the live chat and I see people talking about Joe Biden 2020. He's going to wipe Trump out. Ha ha ha. And I'm thinking, Joe Biden doesn't even know how to get to the bathroom in his own house. How the hell is he going to find his way to the White House? The dude's losing his mind more and more and more every day,
Well, just remember, he made the statement, whoever he picks has to be ready at a moment's notice to be president.
Yep, exactly. That's what's going to happen. They're going to he's going to either get in there and say, I had a I can't say the word, cognitive test or whatever, whatever. Or they're going to pull out the 25th Amendment on him and say he's not fit for office and the vice president will take over. But he did say he was going to, no matter what, have a female vice president. I think it's going to be Kamala Harris. From what
Either
I heard.
Kamala Harris or Susan Rice, I think.
Right.
But we'll see. Time will tell. Had me a little snack. I've been running like a maniac all day.
What the hell? JB says, Justin, Atomic News was on last night. They're trying to implement a dress code for basically stay-at-home students in Arizona. That's almost as dumb as saying you got to wear your mask in your own home.
I do. I strap mine on now, riding around in my truck. Keep my windows up with my mask.
That's crazy. Yeah, right? I went and bought one of them for cheap, though. One of them freaking Luke Skywalker looking ones or whatever. The black with the freaking vents just to be a smart ass. I'm going to wear my hat down, black glasses, and I got a shirt that says Plandemic with the mask. I'm going to wear that through Walmart.
Dude, I think my wife would take part in filming. She would probably call the psychological ward on me, but I want to get me a chemical suit and go walk into the grocery store like that, full chemical suit.
You should. It was just like when that first started, that one person in Walmart that worked in the beef. I don't know if you saw the videos in that dinosaur costume. You didn't see that? where it blows
Right.
all the air. That
Yeah.
person, was using it as like a hazmat suit. But yeah. Anyways, the Attorney General from New York thinks that they're going to dissolve the NRA. Good luck to y'all. Great way to waste more taxpayer dollars and get the far left all hyped up and be like, ha ha ha, we're going to take down the far left, or we're going to take down the NRA, and we're going to win this. The only way that they could win is if Trump were to cave on the mail-in ballots, which ain't going to happen. That's why you're going to see. Here's another thing when it comes to the stimulus. You see the Democrats talk about, the Republicans don't care about the people. Well, one of the things in the bill is another $1 billion to the Kennedy Studio of Arts or whatever, the JFK Kennedy Studio of Arts in D.C. They gave, I can't remember how many millions or billions of dollars on the last stimulus. But if people don't know, that Nancy Pelosi's daughter actually runs the Kennedy, John F. Kennedy Centers of Arts or some I can't remember exactly. So they want another $1 billion for that. They want the illegal immigrants to be able to vote, etc. Mail-in is a fraud. So if anyway, either way it goes, if Biden wins, just know they cheated. I can tell you that for sure. He had a live stream. Did you see that, AB?
Yeah.
The other night, he had some type of Joe Biden had some kind of like live stream to where he could interact, and only 138 or 128 people were online to, just like, well, we got 13, 14 in the house now, but could you imagine if Trump went live? To talk back and forth to people in the chat, so to speak. How many people? It probably would have freaking crashed the whole website. But yeah, Joe Biden managed to bring in 128 or 138 people. Yeah, Joe Biden is a joke.
Hey, here's my NRA, ABAC. You know what that stands for?
What's that, brother?
AB always carries.
There you go. Absolutely. You got to these days. All right, everybody. Much love. Thank you all. I'm going to try for this nap that I've been trying to have for the last probably
Leave your
5
phone
hours.
on. Leave your phone on.
All right. Give me a shout as soon as I hop off here, and then I'll.
No, I'm going to give you a shout when you're good and asleep. That's what I'm after.
Well, you do that all the time. That's why I always put it on Do Not Disturb. Then I miss important calls like from the Joe Biden Democratic poll. How many people here have gotten a Democratic poll phone call? I sure haven't. Anyways, I just got off topic.
Anyway, keep branded Mark Rouse in your prayers. Get prepared. That's what I told Justin. I mean, I just get on here and tell people, there's plenty of toilet paper in the stores. Go stock up.
Yeah, exactly. Get that beans and rice, get that water, get whatever it is, stuff that's not going to.
A little bit of time. Some people may not have the money, but do the best you can because it's going to be needed. And I'm fixing to walk here to Tractor Supply and stimulate the economy.
Well, stimulate it. Stimulate it,
Right.
brother.
Y'all have a good day.
If you want to stimulate the economy, you can buy this off me for $500, man. I'll sign it too. It's the I got this from Alex Jones. He gave it to me. Gave it to me right out of his pocket. No, I'm kidding. It's the Bill of Rights, buddy. $500. Signed by Locked and Loaded 100%. Can't go wrong. Put it on eBay and you might get 30 cents out of it.
It'll be huge.
Huge. All right. Much love.
Have a great day.
Later. Fear no man, never fear death. Get right with God. Fight the good fight and always stay locked and loaded. God bless.